when we start this, it's like walking a path. And as we go along, and in this experience, she has her dad, and then there's this big rock or mountain, and the dad decides to climb up the mountain. She's climbing up the mountain with her dad. The idea, again, is to get a better view, okay? And so then when it's time to go back, okay, it's a little bit scary for her to go back. So she needs help getting back to her personal self. Then she's free falling, okay? And that's an experience many people have. All of a sudden they're falling, yeah, then she wakes up. So she's coming back from that view. So she got that view, and so now she sees, in other words, she sees things differently, and all of a sudden the world is seen differently, her world. And it's actually a little bit scary, you see? So it's hard for her to go back, but she must go back. Yeah, because there's a lot to learn. Yeah, okay, so yes, everybody has the challenges, and eventually you come to the point where you really see that there has to be a choice. So for the longest time, you know, again, it's like when we were growing up with our parents. You know, little by little, they were showing us how to do things. Little by little, they were showing us how to take care of ourselves, etc. And at some point, the decision had to be made where, hey, it's time to go. It's time to figure it out yourself. And so that's what this is. So they're getting her ready to do that. But again, the decision is always hers. Yeah, there are challenges, but to really decide to, you know, have your own life and to eventually have a real life, as opposed to the one that we've made up here. You know, we all had that. I had it too at one time for a lot of my life, and especially when I was married for 30 years, etc. A lot going on, a lot of challenges, but at some point really making a determination that, you know, basically through with all that and just focusing on this, because this is the only reality that goes somewhere where everything else doesn't. And so sometimes it's just time to go, time to get out, whatever. You know, if I've listened to what you people are going through, etc., and it doesn't matter where you're at, in the United States, whatever, it's the whole world. It's everything. We're all on the planet, it's everything. And so just like I did, I left. Bye. And, you know, all those people there, they wanted their choices. They can figure it out for themselves. I'm here for them, but I'm not going to chase them. And so I'm doing what I'm deciding, what I see, that's it. And so I'm not trying to drag them along or stay emotionally attached to any of it or anything. No, I've let it all go. It's like I don't know these people anymore. So it would be like the people that I've known, whether family, friends, or whatever, they would have to like reintroduce themselves because it would be a new moment. And so for the personal self, that's a hard decision. But if you don't make it with the real you, make a real decision, you got nothing. You're just going to continue on with your fake life and go through these situations and problems and whatever, and continually do that. And I remember when I was in Eckankar, I would hear about people that, you know, one person's a Neckist, the other person's religious or something else like that. And I kind of looked at it, it's like, how can you live like that? You know, sometimes it's just better to go and see what happens. But again, trying to, you know, fix the situation all the time, it's kind of like having a bicycle and you're constantly repairing the tube. Well, eventually you figure out, you know what, I need to get a new tube. I need to get a better tube instead of just keep repairing this tube, because these thorns keep going through this tube, and then I got to go through all this stuff to fix it. Why don't I just get a new tube that's a lot better that doesn't get thorns? You see? So that's a big decision. So in the meantime, you play around with it. And eventually you realize that playing around with it doesn't do it. You really just like have to go. And this is where, you know, Rebazar and the boys too, they all left their families, they left everything. They went on their own to face it, to face whatever, you see? So, yeah, and it will constantly occur. And we hear this all the time. Oh, I'm having situations or restrictions or whatever. Yes, well, we do here too, but not always the same. You know, like if I were in the United States, it's going to be a lot more restrictions there than there is here. There's less here, less hassle to deal with, and the environment and the consciousness is less. The the Wi-Fi is not as strong, etc. It's a different consciousness here. So again, there are better options, but again, it's the Earth. You'll always have challenges, and we need these challenges to become more aware. It's all part of it too. And so it's about how each person deals with it. But you really have to look at that intent to make sure your intent is clear. Yeah, really have to look at that and really focus on that and expand upon that. Very, very, very important, because that's all you have. Everything else is made up and it'll be gone. And all you'll have is the emotional memories. That's it. That's all you have. So to expand upon that intent and that awareness, yes, that's very, very important. See the bigger picture. You know, constantly see the bigger picture. The bigger picture constantly gets bigger. Bigger, 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 bigger. It's like the new now. Now, 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 now. And every new now becomes more. It should become more, not be interfered with the personal self. You should learn to see it. Yeah. You should learn to see it as more.